Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? So, for some odd reason, we have gotten ourselves a Thursday where it feels like I only have like one thing to record. So, I'll probably look into seeing what I haven't done in a little bit and then try to probably get that out to you guys as well. But that being said, we are pretty lucky to be getting some action out of this show. I feel like out of everything in this show, they didn't really have to do any action, like really. Like I just felt like because of what has been transpiring and what has been, seemingly popping off, it's clear that you don't really have to put too much action in this show and people will bite it up. But to be fair, the action this week was actually pretty cool and it also kind of answers some of the questions that I had towards like what adventurers are doing as of lately when it comes down to who are they hunting and um, if they are hunting demons and stuff, would our little girl, who literally is a demon, be able to tell that Dale is straight up just going out and just destroying her race? Like she's destroying some of them, and it was almost like a question on my mind and stuff. Like, oh man, that's crazy that they would, that he's doing that, and that's kind of like his overall job as of right now. But then fast forward a little bit and you can see just what these demons could be potentially up to in the grand scheme of, are they uh, the reason why they're doing something right now is clearly for the seventh demon lord, and with there being like that many demon lords, there's probably clearly some way for them to figure out who the next demon lords will be. So if that is the case, it's almost as if we have seen this play out in some way, shape, or form already in the case of seeing our girl, our Latina, get chased out of her, where she was. And with that being said, it feels like that was probably a movement towards becoming, like, towards be getting a new demon lord. Which they didn't really specify if a demon lord could be female or male, so it could be a female demon lord, and we don't know. But just to say, if they chased her out and they didn't want her there, it almost is as if they knew she might have become the demon lord or something along those lines. And we still got to figure out what the title is even talking about. Even if it's a demon lord, I would defeat her type, or defeat him for my daughter, and all that stuff. So if that is the case, and he is going to have to fight a actual demon lord, um, it puts into perspective just uh, what does the show do if he actually if he actually beats a demon lord, and after beating the demon lord, we find out that there's still, a chance of them just appointing another demon lord, then it doesn't really matter who he just defeated, right? So I'm in a position now where I'm like, this show actually has some interesting action. Granted, it was over quick, fast, in a hurry, because it's just not, the show isn't focused on the action. It's focused mainly on how this guy is going to raise this demon child that he is currently falling head over heels for, in the case of, calling her his actual daughter, and just pretty much wanting to see her at all times, all this different stuff. So to know that that's where this is going, in the case of him just being head over heels and wanting her to live her best life at all times. It kind of says a lot about there being demons and them actually making moves to the case where the capital or the royals have to do something about them. So that's kind of where my interest started to peak this week, was actually seeing that he knows that, he's going to be killing demons. And not only that, he literally kind of jokingly said it, or not even really jokingly. He was just like, maybe if I eradicate every single demon, I can spend more time with Latina. Like, that was his actual thought process. So that is a pretty scary overall thought. So, I mean, it makes sense that he would feel this way, because it's just it's just his nature of wanting to see her. And not only his nature of wanting to see her, but we see also that whenever he gets to see her, she either has grown quite a bit more since the last time, or she has learned something that he did not wind up teaching her. And that's always something that gets under his skin. So it's absolutely hilarious to see him go out, which seemingly is going to be like the thing that just happens, is him going out and wind up missing out on some character development of hers. It's just like Lois and Family Guy, when she wanted to see like all of her kids growing up, and every time, why is he running from me? What a bum. Uh, every time she wanted to see something her kids were doing or growing up, like only Peter was there, and of course Peter doesn't care. like the mom, like Lois, like she actually wanted to see it, and Peter's just like, oh wow, she actually did this, and then he comes in to see Lois, like, what are you doing in the kitchen? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're missing out on stuff our daughter's doing, or our son, daughter, and new baby is doing. So what are you doing? So that's what it kind of feels like for Dale. Like, he's just missing out on all these like amazing moments of seeing his daughter grow up, or his adopted daughter growing up. And because of that, I definitely do see there being some problems with him and Kenny, or something stupid like him just being like, "Oh man, you sure do just spend a lot of time with her. It looks like we're gonna have to find out who she likes more," or something like something dumb like that. I feel like would be right up their alley with this show. Just how the way it's already been playing out is, let's see who she chooses to hang out with if she has the choice. Which of course she picked Dale at that moment, but to think that he could be like, well, I'll teach you something if you want to hang out with me, and that will help you like impress Dale. That might be even more enticing than just hanging out with Dale himself. So I don't know. She's such a cute character, and to think that there's some type of weirdness that's gonna come with all this. Someone has like alluded to something like very, very strange popping off towards the end of all this, and because of that, it makes me worried. Makes me worried to like completely enjoy this show. Like, if I enjoy it, I guess for some reason that's bad. So that's about as much as I got from what one of my anime people were actually trying to warn me about. He's like, "Ooh, this show might not end the way you think it's gonna end." And that's fair. I mean, it's a show where this guy is literally, crying over the fact that someone or somewhere people get to spend more time with a girl than he does, and because of that, he wants to even eradicate, you know, people that have nothing to do with them, getting in his way, but because they are in in some way connected with his work. For instance, like he even tells us he'll kill humans if he has to, right? And that's just because humans are also joining up in this cause of pretty much having, to help out the demons. There's humans and there was demons in this week's episode, literally helping each other out. And when we see this, he's like, oh, whatever, I'll smash through anybody as long as I get to go home and I get to see my daughter practically. But with what we see in this week's episode, he is a cutthroat like killer, and not only that, he was already told once before that, this is a mission to do this and that, and I can't wait to hear for you, like your success when you come back and this and that. And seemingly, he's done missions like this where they were straight up assassinations, and he didn't really question it. So it's kind of coming down now to what has this Dale guy done, and it would be crazy, hear me out, if he was one of the reasons, like, someone in Latina's family was injured or hurt or, like, killed, and they both don't know about it, like, fully, um, until, someone finally tells them, like, hey, you were the one who put her in this situation to need to, go off and find a family and stuff like that. That would be pretty messed up, man. Um, Plus, it would kind of sum up the fact as why all of these people were seeing her as bad, her and her family as supposedly bad things, and we never really got any more information as to why she was chased away, besides the fact that people were just saying she was bad in her own family. So maybe that has to do with something with her dad, or just like her family lines, things that have been, done and will be passed on. I'm guessing towards the end of like the end of it all, the end all be all will probably be us finding out why. I guess not end all be all, seeing how she hasn't really talked that much to Dale about this stuff, and she's only told um, the main guy who has been watching over just as much. And Kent, I think it's Kitten. I forgot his name. The cook, the guy who truly treats her like his own daughter already, and tries like teaching her how to cook and clean and stuff like that. So it's a lot of people putting in work to make her the best that she could be, and because of that, it's nice to see that they actually are backing him. Everybody who's in this shop literally is having more fun helping than just, sitting around, not, just acting as if she's a bad part of the place and stuff. They're literally enjoying themselves being around her. So, I don't know. It comes down to whatever this show does as a whole could be really good, and there was some action that was pretty interesting. So, we'll see how what they do with this overall. I am your boy, the Anime J, and I will be surprised if I can find another video to drop for you guys. So I do truly apologize if you guys wanted at least 2 uploads today and I can't find anything. But if I do find something, you'll definitely know when it goes up. So, all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening. And I am your boy, the Anime J, and I hope to at least talk to you very soon. So, with that, peace.